In this video, I'm going over 5 powerful Etsy SEO tips that'll withstand the test of time. What's up, Etsy sellers? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dave. Thanks for coming. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I do new videos all the time on Etsy success. With that being said, shout out to everybody grabbing the ebooks and the services in the description below. I'm actually posting this video to let everyone know that I'm writing an SEO playbook for Etsy. So sign up below for my promoted listings cheat sheet. You'll get the cheat sheet and you'll also be added to my email list and be notified when that comes out. So let's jump right into it. 5 powerful SEO tips for Etsy that will be future-proof and that will help you just overcome some obstacles. The first one is a big one. It's not to obsess over your ranking. I know this can be a problem for some sellers, constantly checking where their listings are showing up, if it's on the first page, trying to get to the first page, and putting the first page on a type of pedestal in their mind. While this is important to know where your listings rank, it's not the end-all, be-all thing you need to worry about, because your listings can show up in the suggested listings below, and they can show up in a million other places. Your listings can be sold in a variety of different ways, not just showing up on page 1. So I see a lot of people obsess over the ranking and always be checking with incognito mode on their browser, etc. Just focus on your stats for that listing. Rather than checking the ranking and stuff like that, just look at the stats. Analyze the statistics, the keywords that are bringing in searches, compare those statistics to your titles and tags, and move on from there. Because when you obsess over the ranking, even if you do show up on the first page and it's not selling, then what? You know, you may get frustrated, or it just may hold you back. So instead of focusing on the ranking of your listings, focus on the statistics for them. Look at the tags and the titles. Look at the keywords that are bringing in traffic. I like to turn on the stats. When you're in your listings, turn on stats so it shows up under each listing, so that way you can see how many views it's had in the past 30 days and how many sales it's had without having to dive deep into the statistics. That's just like a quick view of it. Also, go in there and look at the deeper statistics as well. If you have promoted listings turned on that listing as well, look at those statistics too. They're all super powerful and they're all much more important than if it's on the first page or not. So this number 1 tip is just more of a psychological tip, but nonetheless, it's very important. Don't obsess over your rank. So the next one is test more. I want you to test more and make more duplicates. In my shop, I personally have 3 to 5 duplicates for every product that I sell. For example, with one necklace, I may be ranking for, healing crystal necklace. I may also, with a duplicate, be ranking for boho gemstone necklace. There's a variety of tags and titles and phrases that your customers, your potential customers, are using to search for a cool item. The more listings you have, more quality listings you have in those variety of phrases, the more of a chance you have to show them your product and have it be sold. So this is a big one. You need to test more. Instead of sitting back, looking at the statistics, worrying or wondering what's going on, just get out there, grab Etsy by the horns and make some duplicates and test theories. I've said this in a previous SEO video. Always be testing. Create more duplicates. Like I said, 3 per product. If it's a product you only have 1 of, for example, like vintage or something to that effect, if you do sell the item, make sure that you delete the duplicates. If it's a product you can recreate, no problem, keep them up. Just make sure you have an eye on the inventory. Sometimes if you have like 10 in stock on each of the listings, but you actually only have 10 in reality, then Etsy thinks you have 30 and so forth. So also be keeping an eye out for that. So just test more, make more duplicates, try different phrases, and try to reach a broader audience with the duplicates. This doesn't always mean making new products. You can make duplicates and test any theory you here. You can watch my old SEO videos, well, not my old, my previous SEO videos, and test those theories. You can watch somebody else's SEO theories or SEO strategies and test those for yourself. You don't have to change anything. Just create a duplicate and test it. This is the most powerful way that you can get more views. More views equals more sales equals more happy Etsy sellers. So that's my number 2 tip. My number 3 tip is to get a keyword tool. This is my personal opinion. My favorite is Marmalade. It's cool if you like Etsy Rank or any of the others. My personal favorite is Marmalade. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to grab it through my link. I get a tiny, tiny commission and it helps support my channel. It doesn't affect the amount you pay. In my opinion, it's the best keyword research tool. That's just my opinion though. Nonetheless, this tip is still very important. Get a keyword tool. Whatever it may be, get a keyword tool, because you may be using tags that other sellers are using that's working for them, but it may not work for you. They may be junk tags. In a previous video I did on Marmalade, I showed that one listing I found on Etsy was full of tags that nobody was searching. Nobody was searching, and they were all showing up really bad in Marmalade. So without a keyword tool, in my opinion, you're running in the dark. I always say in my emails, if you get my emails, you're running in the dark with your pants down. Or I say that in the promoted listings ebook as well. You're running in the dark with your pants down. You have no idea, because Etsy is such a large platform. It's growing every day. More sellers are coming onto it every single day. More listings, more and more and more. So you really have to know exactly what people are searching. It's very important to not waste your time on tags that may not work for you. It's just important to know how many times a keyword is being searched per month and all of these things. Otherwise, you'll create a listing and wait for it to sell, and it may not sell as quick as if you researched the keywords and you did the titles and tags correctly with those good keywords and phrases. So that's number 3. Get a keyword tool. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if you use my link in the description below. Doesn't matter. Just get a keyword tool. It will help you in the long run. So number 4 kind of goes back to what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I want to say it again. Number 4 is to analyze your stats much more. Analyze them like you're doing your thesis paper on your Etsy keywords that bring you the most traffic. Like, get into it, you know. The more you research and look at the stats and find out what keywords bring you the most traffic, the more you can tweak your current listings and optimize for those keywords that bring you sales and views. The stats are just so important that I highly recommend looking at them more, rather than just looking at where you're ranking or anything like that, or just waiting for a sale to happen or waiting for a cha-ching, etc. Get into your stats more and look at it. If you think this SEO strategy or that SEO strategy is true, but you try and it doesn't work, look at your stats and you may be able to find some insight in your stats. Also, you may be able to find keywords that bring you more traffic than you thought, or keywords that bring you traffic that you weren't prioritizing. So keep that in mind as well. And number 5 is kind of something that everybody overlooks. So your SEO, your tags and titles may have been just fine when you post or when you list a listing. It may not get a lot of sales in the first month, or it may die off and become a junk listing because it just didn't get the chance, or not a lot of people bought it at first. If you kill that listing and then relist it with the same exact title and tag, it may do good the second time around. Etsy's algorithm gives new listings a chance for the first, in the short amount of time, and based on impressions, based on sales, all these things. And if people are buying it right away, then obviously it's going to move up in rank. But if nobody buys it, nobody looks at it, it's going to lose rank, and then it's just going to snowball downward from there. It can snowball upward or it can snowball downward, if that makes sense. So you can try that. Just kill a bad listing, relist it exactly how you had it. And you can see some results that way. It just didn't get a chance. The old listing, the bad listing, just didn't get a chance the first time around. Just try again. It's like posting on Instagram or posting on social media. You know, you may have posted it at a bad time. I'm not going to dive into like when to list listings because I don't really pay attention to that. I just list them when I list them. Etsy is so big. There's so many people on Etsy at all times that you don't need to obsess over when to renew listings, when to list listings. But just know that if a listing did bad, it may not be your SEO. It just could have been the timing, and it could have been it not getting the right chance. So that was all my tips for today, you guys. Be sure to grab the promoted listings cheat sheet in the description below, and you'll be notified when I release my SEO playbook for Etsy. It'll be future-proof strategies that you can use from 2018 and beyond that will always be working, that will always bring you success, show you how to analyze your listings, become an Etsy seller, a successful Etsy seller. So if you like this video, please comment below and like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day, everybody. Peace out.